can join us over here on this side.
Half a day. Oh, it's that after hours already. Ready for dinner? Okay, half a day. It's more like it. We do have a full house this afternoon. Half a day and good morning, afternoon. Welcome to the office of the Governor of Guam. We're delighted to have you here with us this afternoon for the Governor's Award presentation to the late Darlene R. Moore. Before we begin, of course, I want to recognize at the head of the table, the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Magahagan Guahan, Governor of Guam. Also at the table, former Senator Kelly March Taitano. From the Leon Guerrero Tenor Administration Cabinet, we have Jane Flores, Director of the Bureau of Women's Affairs. We also have Patrick Q. Lujan, Guam State Historic Preservation Officer. But most importantly, we have Ms. Kathleen Moore Lynn, daughter of the late Darlene Moore, and her family and friends. But also I wanted to do a very special shout out and introduction to my new friend, the great granddaughter, Harlow Nicole McDaniel. She's 5 years old. She's in the corner. She has light up shoes, so be warned. But she is a VIP today. Harlow, I told everyone I would introduce you. I told her I had to explain what introduce means. But yes, thank you all for joining us this afternoon, and for those of us joining on YouTube Live, our YouTube live stream. Without further ado, I want to give the floor now to Ms. Kathleen Moreland, daughter of our of Darlene Moore, to give her opening remarks.
Well, thank you very much, Crystal. Oh, I need to mic. Okay. Thank you very much, Crystal. Thank you very much, Governor, and also Dr. Marsh as well, and all of the archaeologists and. Wow, team archaeology really comes out of the woodwork. They come out of the field, they come out of wherever they're doing to actually spearhead this, because I didn't spearhead this. It was actually Kelly and the rest of you here. And so and Jolie and others. And so it really is her colleagues that are acknowledging her work. I'm trying to call. Here she is in her element and where she really loved to be all the time. So from the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kathleen. I now want to give the floor to Patrick Lujan, our chapeau, for some remarks.
Yes, good afternoon. It's always good to see the archaeological experts who done a lot of history. Darlene is going to be really missed, not only because of her expertise and her knowledge, but what a wonderful person she is. You know, she's just a great human being, loved to be around, easy to work with, always helpful, all the way to the end. Gave her a call and she was still there to assist and provide any information regarding the Taragi reburials that she did in 1982, and she was so sad not to be there in that ceremony. So, you know, it's just good to honor her, you know, and have all the lot of history of Guam on this table. I don't know, Governor, if you ever had this much historians and archaeologists in one room, but, you know, and a special thoughts to Malia also, who just passed away. So she would be here if she was here. So, you know, we lost two great historians of our island in recent time.
Thank you so much, Patrick. And yes, rest in peace as well to Guam historian Malia Ramirez. I now want to give the floor to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Governor of Guam.
Thank you very much and welcome. I think to this very momentous celebration of the life of your mom, Darlene. And I know that she came to Guam in 1976, many years ago, and brought her expertise as an archaeologist also, and took classes at the University of Guam, anthropology, and so forth. And I just wanna sort of reflect on the importance of archaeologists. When I was growing up, I didn't really have much instruction about the history of our island. Very little was known about our history. I mean, people lived and, they left memories and souvenirs, but there was really no great depth of research and investigation about the wealth of knowledge and culture that we have. And I hold archaeologists of great importance because they're the ones that, dig in the earth, read the caves, and dig down to learn more about the ancestry and the history of our island, and learn it through sometimes not so great evidence. And they have to piece things together. And it's a great talent, I think, to be able to do that and to say, hey, this is how our ancestors lived. This is the socioeconomic conditions of our ancestors, 4,000 years ago. And to me, it allows us now to connect more and understand more why we are today as a people and as a culture. And certainly your mother, among great archaeologists here in Guam, has played a very vital role in handing that history down to us and then on to future generations. Because if we don't know our history and we don't know where we've come and how we got here, the connection as our lives is not going to be there, right? And so I hold that very dear to my heart. And I think as a community and an island people, a Pacific Island people, we're starting to learn more all the connections of our other islands. Even Taiwan, as I understand it, down South Pacific and so forth. And it's through your work that we can get that information and record it in our history. And so your mom played a very crucial role in that, and thank you for that. We certainly appreciate her, and her legacy and her being known will be in the books that she's written, in the recordings that she's made, in the history that she's taught our people. So she will always be remembered in our books, in our history books, and also in the legends of Guam. So thank you for that, and please extend our great gratitude and appreciation for the work that she has done for our people. Thank you.
I also wanted to acknowledge his presence. Joe Kanata, Chief Program Officer of the Guam Preservation Trust. Thank you for joining us. So now to read the award that she's about to receive, the family is about to receive, in case you didn't have the privilege and the honor of knowing the late Darlene R, I'm going to go ahead and read the Governor's Award. Darlene R. Moore's over 40 years of work as an archaeologist on Guam was instrumental in revealing the story of I Manau Tatamona, the Chamorro ancestors, and their lifeways. As the expert on pre-European contact pottery in the Mariana Islands, she made a momentous contribution to the body of knowledge about the daily life, technology, economics, and changing social conditions of the early Chamorro people. Her work as a cultural resource manager helped preserve and protect Guam's cultural and historical sites for future generations. After moving to Guam with her family in 1976, Darlene went on to earn her Bachelor of Arts degree in anthropology and her master's degree in behavioral science at the University of Guam, with a thesis titled Measuring Change in Mariana's Pottery, the Sequence of Pottery Production at Taragi, Guam. By 2013, she became a distinguished alumni. From the late 1970s to the mid-1980s, Darlene worked for the Territorial Archaeology Lab and then the Micronesia Area Research Center, which we know as MARC, at the University of Guam. In 1988, Ms. Darlene formed the sole proprietorship Micronesian Archaeological Research Services, which is MARS, which by 1992 had become a scientific and educational nonprofit corporation. She served as president of the board of directors, whose original members included Rosalind Hunter Anderson, Judith R. Amsbury, and Eleanor Wells. Darlene conducted around 150 archaeological field projects throughout Guam, the Northern Marianas, and Yap, which led to the authoring of over 100 technical reports. She contributed to Guampedia and published articles in academic journals. Darlene prepared the nomination dossiers for inclusion at the Atacao Quarry site at the Guam Register of Historic Places and the Paulino, Quan, Wampat, and Baza Hotnu on the National Register of Historic Places. Darlene became the world's foremost expert on pre-European contact pottery of the Chamorro. She documented changes through time in ancestral Marianas pottery and examined differences between the pottery of Guam and Saipan. Darlene made the important discovery that Chamorro grew rice prior to Western contact. She recognized small imprints of rice grains in early pottery shards. The rice grains had been accidentally pressed into the clay when it was still wet, thereby leaving evidence of the perishable rice. Moore also studied the early harvesting and planting of native and introduced plants in the Mariana Islands. Darlene was generous in sharing her knowledge with other archaeologists, students, and the public. In addition to presentations at the Marianas History Conference and other Micronesian meetings, she spoke at the international conferences in Thailand, the Philippines, Taiwan, and Cambodia. Darlene served on the board of the Historic Preservation Review Board and the Audubon Society. Darlene retired from archaeology at the end of 2021 at the age of 83. That same year, she was recognized for her contributions to the cultural heritage of the Marianas by Imena Trentay Sais na Legislatura en Guahan, the 36th Guam Legislature, through resolution number 2226-36. It is through Darlene's dedication and striving to understand the lifeways of pre-European contact Chamorro that so much is known about Guam's past. She inspired many female archaeologists, mentored students to further explore Guam's cultural heritage, and extended hospitality and support to visiting scholars. Her significant contributions to the ancient history of Micronesia will be incorporated into archaeological reports, journal articles, and books for decades to come. Darlene R. Moore's over 40 years of archaeological work in the Mariana Islands has contributed immensely to understanding their Chamorro ancestors, especially through her expertise in pre-European contact pottery. She left an indelible mark for years to come. Her dedication and service are hereby honored with distinction, and we extend our enduring gratitude and respect. Signed by.
And with this swear-off, I, Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Governor of Guam, and Joshua F. Tenorio, Lieutenant Governor of Guam, have set our hands and caused the Great Seal of Guam on this 29th day of October in the year of the Lord, Anno Domini 2024.
Ms. Kathleen, can I call you up and your family maybe to present the award? And Harlow, you can join the picture too. I told Harlow I'd introduce her to someone very important, Governor Liu, and she now knows you.
So Kathleen, I would like to present this Magahaga Award posthumously presented to your mother, Darlene R. Moore, and on behalf of the people of Guam, extending our deepest gratitude and appreciation for all of the work that she has done and contributed to the knowledge of information about our history of Guam. So on behalf of the people of Guam, please, we celebrate her and we commend all the work that she has done.
Thank you.
now want to call up all the rest of the family and friends and archaeologists to take a group photo.
Wow.
Okay, sounds good.
Got it? Huh?